Hey, party people, you're watching Grand Theft Audio on Zena.tv. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
And as always, we're very happy to have you guys joining us here live from Hollywood.
From Hollywood.
We got a dope show tonight. I mean, it's a great show. Okay, look what's here in the middle of the table. Like, this is like the least of the awesome things. Not only do we have a new crate to open today from Pro Wrestling Crate, which is now owned by Pro Wrestling Tees, so I'm praying it's better than it used to be.
It's got it.
But we're going to start off the show, before we get into anything,
Okay.
with this for Brant.
The paper bag.
Now, this paper bag, Brant, you may see there's some unpleasant things to drink in here. We had a bet
Yes.
on our fantasy football game,
Right.
and the loser has to drink something unpleasant that the other one provides.
That's right.
I brought you 2 drinks. You get to choose which one you want, okay? So, I went to this Persian store because I tried to find the worst drink. And here's what we got, man. I got something called Oya Bakum or something like that. Have no effing idea what it is. I asked the people, what does this taste like? They said, well, everything we have is good. I said, come on. You know, I gave them like that face, like, come on, guys. And they say, okay, that one is bad. So
Okay.
I asked them what the flavor was, and they have no idea.
Okay, that's choice one.
They couldn't tell me what it was. Choice number 2. This is a Bali yogurt soda.
Okay,
Mint flavor.
Can I
Sure.
can I look at both?
Sure,
And
you
before,
can,
before
yep, you
I
can look at
decide.
them. You can crack them open and smell them and see which one you think is going to be maybe better.
There is absolutely no English printing on this whatsoever.
Nothing. I scoured that can trying to figure out what that flavor was. It looks like it's wheat. Maybe the flavor of wheat soda. It's okay. I was worried that maybe it was alcoholic because it has that grain on the side of it. But yeah, it's not alcoholic.
It is non-alcoholic.
Yes.
Okay.
You should crack it open and give it a scent.
It actually smells like beer.
Okay. Well, then you probably shouldn't drink that one.
Why don't you take a sniff?
Sure.
It's not an unpleasant smell.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I immediately got. But maybe that's just the wheatiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's nothing saying one way or another.
Yeah, and the English instructions don't have any thing that says there's alcohol in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to say for sure then that this is alcohol, just to disqualify it. And that face means you have to drink the most unpleasant thing. So, yep.
Oh God, this is.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, look, I've been sick for days, and I feel terrible to do this to you. But my team did beat yours rather handily.
Yeah, it says to shake, so I'm going to give it a good shake just in case.
Sure, I would take any advantage you could with it. Like, I made sure
anything it might improve what is a mint yogurt soda.
Yeah, I mean, that's, boy.
Sun Dairy. It's got milk, carbonated water, yogurt culture, salt, and mint extract.
That's not so bad. That's pretty reasonable. Like, none of that's... No, okay, look, I was looking for crab juice, okay?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any goddamn crab juice. So, you got lucky if you ask me.
Oh, God, the smell is just...
Hey, man, you could drink Spider Energy drink.
Yeah, the orange flavor one just tastes like orange soda.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, wow, they're drinking it in the control room right now.
Okay,
Yep.
we're going to have to wait because it's
Are you
soda.
sure?
What?
Oh.
Oh, God, it curdles on the side.
It curls? Oh, shit.
Okay. I will, because it's carbonated, I
Sure.
have to let it settle
We'll get back
now
to
because
it.
I did shake it.
We'll get back to
So
it.
we
Let's
will-
get into like the real news of the world.
Yay.
We got like 2 weeks until the election.
Yes.
And shit is just breaking down. In
2 weeks
every
from today,
direction.
in fact.
Well, I think it's yesterday. Yeah,
Oh, it's
we
Wednesday.
vote on
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
I always.
Sure,
get
sure.
confused
But
when I
that's
get here.
2 weeks worth of time. I
Yes.
mean, there's 2 Wednesdays in that time,
Sure.
and 2 Tuesdays in that time. So yeah, you're right. We have 2 weeks basically.
Right.
And have you been paying attention to like all these? Have you been paying attention to the Project Veritas action videos that have come out, where they're showing that all these people who are at Trump rallies that are actually causing all the problems and getting into fights are like paid people from the Democratic National Party?
I've heard about that type of stuff. I haven't
Dude,
watched
it's
any of the
crazy.
video.
Like they've done such a great job of like researching these things. Like I don't even care if Hillary wins now. Hillary, you can win because like everything's been so exposed that like there's no way that people are just gonna be able to be like, oh yeah, let's just let these people continue to fuck us forever.
Right.
I just don't see that happening. And we're also taking like like positive steps to stop voter fraud. The state of Texas today announced that they're going to go to paper ballots.
Okay.
Because all these people have put out videos now on these early voting machines where they push Trump and it switches to Clinton.
Yes, the ones that are provided by George Soros.
Yeah. I mean, fucking amazing. Like the biggest shadow donor of the DNC, like he gave machines that will switch the votes. That's fucking crazy. Who could believe that?
And I gotta say, that's one of the things that it hasn't changed my vote because I still haven't decided
Oh,
exactly
man.
it has.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Koch brothers have yet to endorse Donald Trump and have yet to donate anything to him at this point says a lot to me about that. Because you talk about those shadow donors.
Sure.
Those are the two on the Republican side.
Sure,
that you
but
sit
they
there-
all have the same basic globalization plan for us.
Yes.
So like,
It's just going to benefit them more. And if they're
Sure.
not, they sit there and go, well, we're not giving
we're
it
not
to
going to make
him.
the money on Trump, so we
We're-
don't want him there.
Right.
Because all the people who are in charge and all the people who are like corrupt and have been running the system for fucking decades, none of them support him because they're all fucking criminals that are in like the same boat together. They're all
Yep.
trying to pull the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's that meme going around with like the last 5 presidents. Oh, not one of these 5 presidents supports him because they're all fucking criminals.
Right.
I mean, it's just we're down to 2 weeks, and honestly, I think that Donald Trump is going to win. I really feel that like all these reports that are on the news that are saying the election's over, like you may as well
Right.
be done.
She's got a 7-point lead here and a 9-point lead there.
Yeah, I mean that's all they're talking about is how
Yep.
it's already over.
And it's because the same people who control those outlets are criminals themselves.
Yeah, that's right, man.
They have a vested interest in this, an actual financially vested interest in this.
Have you read any of the WikiLeaks that say all these reporters who were on the actual payroll of the DNC?
Yes.
I mean, it's just it's insanity, and it's all getting exposed. So, like, honestly, like Donald Trump, like, maybe your job's done, man. I mean, I hope you win and stuff, but I really feel that you've done a great job of exposing what's actually happening and being a mouthpiece for this stuff. And his speeches the last couple of days on the campaign trail have been incredible. Like, if you really want to vote for Hillary Clinton, that's cool, man. But you should really watch these Project Veritas action videos just one time to see if you have the idea that that what you think happened actually happened, because it hasn't. This has been one of the biggest smear campaigns in the history of my life. I've never seen anything.
No, nothing
really
like it. And it really has been truly on both sides. Both sides. But her
I don't know. Is it a smear campaign if it's the truth? I mean, what lies is like Donald Trump spreading about Hillary Clinton?
Good point.
Yeah, they're right. They're not there. I mean, I think he's been a very dignified and honorable person. If you watch these Project Veritas videos and you see how they pay people to come out, and they have this term called bird dogging, which is where you're trying to like instigate fights in the crowd with people, saying the most offensive fucking things that you can. If you know you're off camera, instigating physically first, and then getting beaten up. Like these are paid operatives by the Democratic National Party. And they're all it's all was put down by Bob Kramer, who was like the highest guy in all the different campaigns and all the different what are they called, they're political action committees.
Yeah, the PACs.
Yeah, the PACs. He's like the main organizer of the PACs, and you're supposed to keep all this stuff separate from like the campaign. Like these people are supposed to be able to try to run their own message and try to help.
Right.
But this shows how everything is locked in together.
Oh, it's totally, yeah. The fact that just because Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump don't put their, I endorse with these words, they know it's
But the
going
thing
out
is,
there.
They got them on tape now, endorsing them. This Project Veritas action videos, there's 4 of them. It'll take you less than an hour to watch them, and it will change your vote. Now you got 2 minutes. Now finish that thing off, man.
All right. Well, no, I got to try it on air.
You got to try it. Yeah,
I
that's
got to
right.
try it on air.
Okay, you're right. There's nothing to say.
We'll come. Wait, do we have 2 minutes right now,
We
or
have
we're
2
coming
minutes right now. We have 1 minute right now.
till we go to break?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's finally stop fizzing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's as bad as you might think.
I love it. I love it. May that taste in your mouth remind you forever that the Boston Crabs
Yeah.
are merciless
God, I
towards
wish
the madmen.
I think crab juice would be better.
Well, I tried to find it, but honestly, I'll shout out to my wife. I asked her what the most terrible tasting drink she've ever had in her life is.
And this was
and
it?
this is what she suggested. So,
It honestly tastes like it's spoiled. The fact that there's milk in it, it's just Who puts milk and carbonated water together? What
Yeah.
kind of sadistic son of a bitch fucking puts this together?
Oh, man.
Oh, and we'll add a hint of mint. That's not. There's no hint of mint. It's there. I don't care.
I almost made the mistake of getting the non-mint variety. I walked away. I'm like, oh, is this mint? Nope, there's mint. So wonderful. That was a great victory that I'm taking a lot of pride in.
Excellent source of calcium, protein, and potassium.
Oh, those are all important things I've heard. Mm-hmm. So enjoy that. All right, we're going to go to break right now. We're going to come back on the other side with a comedy legend. He's been on so many of my favorite shows. Like, I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's kind of this thing that inspired this show in the beginning. Crossballs. I absolutely love it, and I can't believe that he's here. He's also on Saturday Night Live and Mr. Show with Bob and David, and so many other things. Mr. Jerry Minor is going to be with us on the other side. So enjoy these commercials, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Rob Schneider.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt McAndrew. Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Oakley.
And I'm Corey Cool.
Hi, I'm Martha Madison.
This is Slink Johnson, a.k.a. Black Jesus, b.k.a. Godzilla Lungs.
Hello, I'm Aaron Roberts.
Yeah, what's up? This is Craig Wayans.
Hi, this is Brad Williams, and as you can tell, I have never gotten high.
Speedy Don.
And I am the fabulous Stephen King.
What's good? It's your boy Marcus Park, man. We keeping it lit.
I'm Money B.
What's up, y'all? This is Crazy Bone in the building.
And it's your boy Street Symphony. And you're watching.
Jason Stewart here for Zinna TV. On the show Absolutely Jason Stewart every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Big guests, everyone from the gayest to gay to the straightest to straight. David, what was his name?
He's absolutely Jason. He's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up.
You ran from home and you're on the street. You've been ripped off, you've been used, and you could be killed. There is a way out. There is a way off the street. Not tomorrow, but now. Runaway Hotline will get you off the street. Call Runaway Hotline, toll free, anytime, day or night. Runaway Hotline gets your message to those who care. Call now and get off the streets.
It's time to get off the streets. Like, you don't have to live like that anymore. You can just call that number up, and they'll probably send like an Uber or maybe just like a rusty pickup truck.
And hopefully a bottle of Abali yogurt soda.
You look like you could be a spokesman for that product now. Like, you were really digging it.
No, I'm not really digging it, but I know I have to drink this, so.
It's not too chunky.
No.
Yeah. There's a definite split in it, though. Yeah, that looks wonderful.
Yeah.
You want another sip of it before we intro our guests?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Dude, it's just the way it
What's
looks like it's
wrong with the
bubbling
top of
up.
it?
It's just not fucking right.
Seriously, man, you should be better at fantasy football.
I am better at fantasy football. I'm in third place. You're sitting there in sixth.
Congratulations. I think it's actually seventh. I fell behind a spot even though I won this week. But I do have the longest winning streak in the league now.
You do. 3 in a row. Way to go.
So, you know. Oh, man. Yeah, you took it down. I actually, I'm pretty impressed with your ability to drink it, man. Like, I would have weaseled out or something, I'm pretty sure.
I made an agreement.
You sure did. You sure did.
And I believe we face off each other again, probably not until the playoffs, but we'll see then.
If it happens, would you like to like double or nothing back on this? Or anything? It's like, eat something terrible too?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to double down, but
You're right.
I may make the same bet. If
Sure.
I have to do it again, then I'll drink another one of the Abali yogurt sodas.
I'll ask someone else what their worst drink ever was.
Mint flavored.
Good, gosh. All right, we got to intro our guest here today.
Dude, it just poured chunks out.
Man, our cameras went up, so I don't know what was if they got it, but I pray they did.
Okay.
Chunks. Okay.
See? You see that chunk go right in
Yeah.
there?
Wow. That is just effing terrible.
Yes, that is the best way to describe it. Just
Sure.
effing terrible.
Sure.
So,
All right, I want to intro our guest now. I kind
Please.
of introed him on the other side. He has a list of credits that is the envy of anybody who wants to be a comedic actor ever. Saturday Night Live, Mr. Show with Bob and David, Crossballs, so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jerry Minor.
Hi, thank you. Thank you
Hi,
for having
Jerry.
How
me.
you doing, man?
Good, good.
Man.
You guys are talking politics. You forgot one. I also
Sure.
work for Michael Moore's show.
Oh.
called
Oh,
Awful
really?
Truth. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure. It gets passed by.
okay, have either of you watched any of Trumpland or any of the outtakes? I mean, I haven't seen anything. I just saw him yesterday on MSNBC.
Just some clips.
talking about it, but why he thinks that Trump will and should win.
I think that he's, it's called subterfuge. I think he's trying to trick people basically into thinking that he doesn't really believe that this is the best plan. I think that most people can see past that, but there are some people honestly on Infowars and stuff.
Right.
They were bragging that he's actually endorsing her. You guys are using disinformation here.
Right.
So yeah, not that good.
Well, if you, I've seen some clips from the film, and it's and I'm familiar. Obviously, I've worked with him.
Sure.
And if you're familiar with some other stuff that he did, like he did his one-man show, this film is like that. It's just a filming of his one-man show.
Okay.
But he engages the audience. A lot of, I guess it's split between Trump voters and Clinton voters, and he's.
How did you get hooked up working with him initially?
I'm from Flint.
He's from Flint, Michigan, and I was going to bring that up later, but go ahead.
And we had some common friends, and when he was starting the show Awful Truth, which was Bravo, it was after the NBC show, some friends kind of hooked me up with him, and we started emailing, and then I worked for him.
Speaking of Flint, I mean,
Sure.
the water issue.
Sure.
That was going on. You've got a lot of friends back there, I'm sure.
parents,
Is it? Oh, your parents are still there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the entire community? Is it the entire city of Flint that's suffering it, or is it perhaps the lower impoverished areas? Or is this that big of a crisis for this city?
It could be the rich areas.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find. That's what I'm trying to say. Is this something that's just maybe they've got a better filtration system in the rich sections of Flint, is it affecting the entire community?
Because the lead. I mean, there's problems all over the city with old, what they call lead pipes. The pipes that go into the house. That's a problem. But the problem really originated in the water plant, so it's everywhere.
Okay.
But it's worse in some areas. My parents' home has been tested. It doesn't show lead. They still don't drink the water, though. But who knows?
Right.
Will it be tomorrow, 2 hours from now?
Sure. I mean, they're terrifying, man. I know it gets a lot of attention there, but we're destroying our water all across the country with fracking and all these this terrible things that we're doing to ourselves. It's actually I know earlier I was supporting Donald Trump saying you got to vote for him. It's actually my real area of concern with him is that he's still for fracking and that he's
Get rid of the EPA.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest. That's my biggest problem with him. But at least I feel he's not going to sell me out to global interests. But I'm not saying he's a perfect candidate. But that is a big issue for me that I wish that he would take a different position on.
Yeah.
You think
But I
he
know
would
he's
sell
not
you
going
out for
to.
global interest?
I don't think he would, man. I think he's rich. I don't think it matters to him. I think that
he'd sell you-
Hillary Clinton
He'd
was
sell you in a second.
I disagree. I mean, have you seen any of these Project Veritas videos I was talking about before?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting though, aren't they? So I take it you are kind of from the Democratic side. I don't want to paint you into a area, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm registered independent, but yeah.
But how
I mean,
do you feel
this year
when
I'd
you
probably
watch
vote
those
Democrat.
videos and these people who are actually getting paid to go out and cause violence and pretend that it's Trump people?
Oh, I mean, if you think that stuff like that isn't happening in campaigns, then
Sure.
I mean, it happens all the time.
But we have this video proof of it all the way to the top, with Hillary Clinton actually saying, "I want those people there." I want ducks on the ground. It's interesting.
It's I feel two ways about it. First of all, nobody's going to get instigated that can't. Nobody's going to punch you if they don't want to. So
Sure, there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
So there's that, and somebody to exploit that is bad. But I mean, politics is a dirty game, and to know that, I mean, how much different is that than the civil rights movement? Their main objective was to go out and to show this awful treatment that they would get by merely marching, and they knew that they would get beat up with clubs and get attacked by dogs and get shot by water hoses. So, I mean, it is a tactic. In this case, I would not, I couldn't, sign off on that.
Sure, and I don't need to put you.
But
on
I know,
the point
but
either. You
I know
don't
the way
have to
things-
defend what they're doing. I don't know how.
Yeah,
can,
and then, it's some group. People are they're gonna do some dirty stuff.
But that was for positive political change. I don't see any positive political change coming out of this campaign at all from either side. I mean, again, I've only been able to vote since '92, but I have yet to see. This is the worst selection of the two candidates. I hate the fact that it truly is a lesser of two evils. I mean, I voted independent predominantly my entire time, but there's not even an independent candidate that I feel I could, with a clear conscience, get behind. Because I'm sorry, Gary Johnson doesn't seem like he doesn't sound like he's smart enough to be president.
He's talking like, just trying to he's a lunatic. I
Yeah.
mean, I've never seen anything like that. It's just it's insanity.
The look on his face when he's asked questions that he doesn't have an answer to, it's just an immediate kind of glazed over. Like, if you can't name one international leader that you have respect for, you don't even have to have that. Just name one international leader. No one would have questioned if you could have just thrown out a name like Merkel. Boom. They'd be like, oh, okay, great. At least we know he knows that there's somebody else in this world that's running a country.
Sure.
But he just comes across as an idiot. Jill Stein, I don't know enough about. Granted, I haven't done enough research on. But
she wants
at
you,
least
if you don't vote for her, she wants you to vote for Trump because she says that Hillary Clinton will definitely bring about nuclear war with Russia.
Yeah.
So, that doesn't sound good.
I would like for Jill Stein to have first get past her city council. That she's never gotten any.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, there's something to an argument to say that it's wrong to just take somebody's status as just the status as a precursor to voting for them.
Sure.
Just saying that somebody said, but I mean, I've ran for my neighborhood council. I do not think that I'm qualified to run for president, and I don't think Joe Stein is qualified to run for president either.
So how did your campaign go? Did you learn
I
anything
lost.
from it? Yeah.
Well, you know what? I did learn a lot. I learned a lot about the political process. It changed my whole opinion about politicians, political process. I mean, not all politicians, but there are some people that are out there trying to do good.
I truly believe that. I truly believe that, especially at the local and state levels. I think a lot more for good can be done. I think when you get to the federal level, it is such a huge. Trying to pass one law that can incorporate 50 states appropriately, you're never going to make
I think if you
everybody
have the right
happy.
plans, you can make that happen. But what I think really happens is even from the state level for sure, is you have to spend so much time calling people begging for money. Like you spend 3 of your 5 days a week begging people for money and trying to not give them things for that money. So oh sure, I'll give you that money if you make sure I can paint my house purple. Well, we'll talk about that, but we really need that money right now. I mean, the whole thing is just gimme money. And
well, see, there's people
terrible.
also, though. I mean, that's a part of it that we want to take money out of
Sure.
it. But then there's also people who know that process, who accept that process, and who work it, and who are working it for good. So, I mean, for me in this election, and I could have been a Bernie guy, but I also look at how things are able to get. I'm a pragmatist. I know that 40% of the people in this country think differently than I do. And I mean, that's just by numbers, just by them, they're taking a stake in their in their tribe, they are going to be Republican. That's just what they're going to do. That takes, to me, a pragmatic person. That's what politics are. And I learned also how, it's about building consensus. And it's not just about my ideas, and that my ideas are good. Yeah, I've got some great ideas. It is about consensus. It's about getting everybody on the same page. And that's a really difficult thing. And I really applaud the people who are doing that at the highest level. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are taking advantage of the system. You know what? I think if you really, really look at those people, if you really, really pay attention, if we're really paying attention at the state, local level, and more importantly, at the national level, who are your senators, who's your representative in your district, you can tell who that person is who's out for himself and who's a person who's actually working for something. And also, but then there's people also who are actually believe in something that's just not what I believe in. I believe a lot of evangelicals believe in it. They're really working hard. I don't take that away from them. But there also are people who are just doing it for themselves and are taking advantage of it.
Agreed completely. All right, we got to go to our to a break. This is a little more serious than I had intended on.
Can we get the comedy?
You know, like yeah, sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe we don't even have to, man. I'd like to come back on the other side and talk about a couple of the other ballot issues here in California.
Yes,
you know?
great.
So like maybe we can do that. So you guys got 2 minutes, and we'll see you on the other side. Yeah. Take another sip, Brant.
Yeah.
What's the easiest way to find weed? Weed maps. Whatever happened to Saturday night? Put in some sharp and if that's alright.
And I need action. Touch me. I wanna be dirty.
Don't treat it. Be it.
Alrighty, Daddy. During the break there, you got to see our video from our show that we shot last night at the Whiskey. We do the show Ultimate Jam Night live at the Whiskey, and last night we did a full run of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's right. Halloween episode and a couple of great starting bands too.
Yeah, really great stuff, guys. Go to Zina.tv and you can watch those episodes there when you're not watching ours.
And you can tune in live every Tuesday night on Zina.tv. So, I mean, it streams out live. You're watching at the same time we are. So it's
Sure,
a
or if
hell
you're
of a
LA
show.
based, just come on out to the Whiskey because
Yeah.
you see there's a crowd that's rocking for rock and roll, like they're into it.
No cover.
Sure.
I mean, it's a great free show. Honestly, all they ask is you buy a couple of drinks. Not a big deal. And they got a decent kitchen back there too. It seems. So I'm
not too
always
bad.
seeing people eat.
Very proud of doing that job and we have really been enjoying it. All right, back with our guest Jerry. Hey, Jerry.
Hello.
Nice to have you back with us here
Good to
again.
be here.
All right, so we said we'll try to get off the national campaign. Let's talk about some of the things here in California.
Sure.
Okay, look, there's more salacious ones. We have the legalization of marijuana,
Right,
which
for one.
I have very mixed feelings on this one.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
What do you feel?
Okay, so here's where I'm at, man. Like, I basically hate the government being in control of anything, and this is basically just a government turnover to where, they're going to get to make most of the money off of it, and it's going to put a lot of my drug-dealing friends, because I have drug-dealing friends, out of business, or they're going to have to deal, worse drugs to, I don't know.
Supplement their income.
Sure, but there's so many people who are in jail that don't really deserve to be in jail that I have a hard time not looking past those issues and saying, okay, let's release some people from jail who shouldn't be there.
well, it's still going to be. It's not going to be federal. It's still going to be a federal crime.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
But as more states approve it, then they have to take it on as a issue that they say, okay, this is going to be legal or not.
Right.
And there's some rumor going around now that says that the federal government is going to put it into like Category 2 on November 1st as a way of like
Schedule 2.
Yeah, Schedule 2. So that's interesting.
So what is it now?
Schedule 1, but yeah.
Okay. Well then,
People, it's same as heroin, same as
right. It's the same
As cocaine, crack
Sure, and that's
cocaine.
crazy. Like, and honestly, I love marijuana. Okay, I mean, I smoke a lot of marijuana. Like,
Me too.
I'm scared to death of like harder drugs. Like, I know that
Me too.
heroin's an actual thing that fucks your life up.
Well, in England, this just happened. Anyone who's selling cannabinoid-based items is now being told they have 30 days to stop because their version of the FDA has approved the first cannabinoid-based prescription drug over there. But by doing so, the right to it, and no one else can then sell these other alternatives. And they're basically shutting down an industry by saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to legally say that you can use it in medicine, but you can't use it the way that you want to. You've got to go through the pharmaceutical version of it." Which is my biggest issue with it. Is like I like the fact that there's the option of there are multiple ways of being able to ingest this, and now you're saying you can't. And that's one of the things one of the problems I have with the current one is like certain edibles are going to have to be cut off completely. You can't make things that are going to be friendly to kids. So no more candies, no more gummies, no more baked items because.
So what do I want to eat? Like, what do they want to make for like my edible?
Right.
I mean, do I have to eat like a wheat biscuit edible or something like, or
Yeah.
well, here's what I would say
Sure.
to that. First of all, I would recommend that you make your own edibles.
Sure, absolutely.
Safest, best
Yeah.
way, not that hard, right?
I'm always intimidated by the whole straining process and everything.
I
for
know.
that. It seems like it's going to be a lot of work.
Well, depending on how strong you want it to be,
Sure.
or whatever, like, hey, I got a friend who makes his own concentrates.
No, it's nice.
So it's like, yeah, there's a standard, but good luck in making these rules and a thing that you can plant, you can grow in your own house. So I mean, I get you on that and the big business and stuff like that, and going to Colorado a couple of times and seeing how it's done there, you can see it from the top to the bottom. I really don't see the lower guy getting pushed out. The one main thing that I'd like to see, though, to address that is the laws on dispensaries not being that you can't own or operate or work in one if you're a felon. Because
Interesting.
now I know a lot of felons who work in dispensaries. It's one of the only jobs you can get.
Sure.
And I don't think it's fair to have a person who's like, hey, well, I made my job selling weed and I got busted for it and now it's illegal. It's not fair to make that person
Sure.
go like, no, you can't do it.
Right. You're saying it's okay to let that, that you're going to decriminalize it so you won't go to jail for it. But because I did,
Yes.
I'm now completely
We're
asked
gonna
out of
waste
an industry.
their expertise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
just awful.
I don't think that's right. I don't
Sure.
think that there's, there are other, realms of employment that we don't bar. Some that we do have to bar, but selling weed is not one of them. I think you should bar from felons. Other than that, I think, hey man, it's a plant. You can try to make it where, you have these laws and the governments, and you can only get it from here, and they're only selling this pill, but I can still plant it. And as long as the law says I can have, so many plants in my house, then edibles, concentrates, all that stuff, I can
live without it. I mean,
That's-
honestly, like I don't even like that stuff as much. Like, I would always rather just smoke a joint than like any other thing. But that's just me being caring about my health and putting smoke in my lungs. All right, salacious issues. We are also voting on whether California is going to require you to wear a condom in a pornographic scene.
I think it's a ridiculous decision to try and do this because, number one, all it's going to do is take a multi-billion-dollar industry that's in our state, that likes being in our state, and saying, all right, we're out. We're going to go to a state that doesn't require it. And I mean, that's a huge loss of jobs and a huge loss of taxable income that just disappears. I think that industry does its very best to make sure that anyone who's performing in those scenes is healthy and clean.
Sure.
I know that there are people who are going to slip through the cracks, But that happens in every industry that there
I don't think
is.
they're purposely trying to slip through
No.
the cracks. I think things just happen, in society.
And there might even be that person who knows that they might have an STD, but they're going to hide it as best they can because they want to work. Well, it's a matter
But
of
you would
making
never
money.
hire that person again if you found out that was true.
Exactly.
That would
but,
just be the.
But there are those
done.
people. But I don't think they're such a small percentage. That might be 1% of the entire industry, but you're protecting the other 99 from that 1%. I think that 99% knows what's going on. They know that there is an inherent risk in this job. I mean, it's like the guys who work out on the oil rigs out in the middle of the ocean. There is a tremendous amount of risk in doing that job, and not just in like explosions. It's just there's a lot of physical and dangerous labor that goes on there. They take that, they realize that, but they know that the payoff is big. These people are doing the same thing.
Any feelings on this one, Jerry?
Well, I really don't know why. Why is there still a porn industry? I mean, it seems like they made enough like 20 years ago. It's out there.
Sure, that doesn't have any
It's
condoms
enough.
in it, so we should just watch all that old porn.
All the
and
old porn.
Just put a break on it.
Sure.
That's what's out there. I would imagine. I don't.
Sure.
I don't even know why they're still making it. There's
Sure,
plenty of it.
because there's dumb people born every day who will get naked for $1. All right, party
The
people.
market is saturated.
We got to go to one more commercial break, and I think we're going to leave all this politics stuff behind. You guys can look up the rest of it. We're going to come back on the other side. We're going to open up this pro wrestling crate. We're going to talk about the next little bit of time and what we're going to be doing here on Grand Theft Audio. So come on back, guys. Do 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 do.
Oh, big horny.
America!
Jason Stewart here for Zinna TV. On the show Absolutely Jason Stewart every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Big guests, everyone from the gayest to gay to the straightest to straight. David, what was his name?
He's absolutely Jason. He's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up.
I start. Hi, I'm Moxie.
And I'm Nicole, and we're the ladies of Suicide Girls Radio, the world's leading BYOB radio show. Pour a glass of your favorite tipple and tune in on Wednesday nights between 8 and 9 p.m. as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of free nipples. Oh, just flash it would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? People think flashing your tits is easy, right? And it's actually kind of hard.
What it do is your man Money B from Digital Underground asking everybody to check out the Going Way Back Show, your home for classic hip-hop, raw and uncut. Join me
and me, DJ Always,
as well as Ty Teasy bringing you the old school new news every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here
on T Radio V.
That's right, Radio MTV.
All right, we're back here on Grand Theft Audio on Zinna.tv. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
And still in studio with us, we still have?
I'm still here, Jerry Miner.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Okay, so Brant has gotten out a little shot glass. I think he's going to try maybe.
I'm going to try the can and see if you were correct in offering up the one that does taste worse. I mean, I think we've determined that there is no alcohol in it.
Yeah.
According to the labeling, that doesn't seem like it, so I should be okay.
Yeah.
So,
and you thought it smelled like beer earlier.
Well, when I first popped it, that was the first scent I got was what it seemed like kind of a maltiness. But now having poured a little bit into this this cup and taken a whiff, it smells like carbonated soy sauce. So we're gonna find out.
It won't be that bad. I bet this one tastes delicious. I bet
it says it's got sugar in it because that thing ain't got no sugar in it.
Yeah.
You definitely gave me the worst of the two, but. Yeah, it's carbonated sweetened soy sauce.
Wow.
That's what it kind of tastes like.
Yeah.
Is this Russian?
Yes, that is from Russia. And yeah, I mean, good job. I'm pretty impressed you'd go for both.
Well, you know what? I had to find out. I mean, did you really give me the worst of the two?
So I won again.
Congratulations, you did give me the worst of the two.
Thank you.
And here we go. I got to get more of this down. So, okay. You said I have to drink. Any chunks I don't have to drink because chunks mean food, and I would have to chew.
Okay,
So
you're right. You're right. Oh man, he's going for it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow. I love this, man. I mean, like,
I'm glad.
I'm so happy with this. All right, let's move on to things that I hate. Pro Wrestling Crate. I've opened up 5 of these on the air so far.
Right.
And everyone's been dog shit.
Garbage.
You know, just
Absolute
fucking terrible.
garbage.
They were bought by a new company last month. Now they are by Pro Wrestling Tees.
Great.
They say they're going to be a lot better than they were before. It's time to find out whether that's true.
Can I ask a question?
Sure,
before you open it?
sure.
So is this like Loot Crate?
Yes.
Yeah, like Loot Crate.
But it's for pro wrestling.
Pro Wrestling Crate, only pro wrestling things. I love pro wrestling. That is like my big, that's my big interest in the world. If I could do anything, I would be involved with the WWE somehow, like a writer or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I have friends that
Anything
feel that way and don't
non-performing.
feel that way.
Oh yeah,
Friends who have worked for the WWE.
Sure, the ones who've actually done it. You know, like.
Some people who hated it and some people who loved it.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Patrice O'Neal. I think he was one of the most brilliant people ever. And to hear his bad tales of what went on down there actually was the first thing that made me think, oh, maybe I don't want to do that.
Yes,
But, so I get it now. Let's see what we got going on here.
all
Pro
right.
Wrestling Create. Let's see what we got. We've got a content menu. I don't want that. We've got a
Bottle opener.
bottle opener,
Bottle opener keychain.
which says Rosemont Horizon, April 7th, 1986.
Ah, that is an event. Or that is the
I think
first.
it was like a Starcade.
I think that's the first WrestleMania.
No,
No, first
no,
WrestleMania
no.
was
Yeah,
83,
Rosemont
I think.
Horizon,
Silverdome, that's
86.
right.
I think this was the first Starcade.
Starcade.
That's my gut instinct is that's what that is. I'm sure there's a list here. Brent, you can,
there you go.
you can tell me what it's actually supposed to mean to commemorate when it goes across. A little bracelet. That's, I guess, nice. It says support pro wrestling, prowrestlingtees.com. I'm going to a big pro wrestling show on Sunday. Hey, Brent, what are you doing on Sunday?
I believe I work. Actually,
Oh, you do, man?
unfortunately. Why? What's going on?
I got an extra ticket to NXT on Sunday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got to find someone who wants to go to that. So if you can't do it, I'll find someone else. Okay, what else we
The
got?
Rosemont Horizons 1986 event keychain opener LED light is all it says.
There's an LED in it?
I guess so. It lights up somehow. Whoa! You know what? That right there has already made this crate better than all the other crates combined.
Are you sure that the foam McFoley ripped off ear wasn't like the coup de grace?
I had forgotten about
that. Thing was a
ripped
piece
off.
of fucking shit. Okay, what else we got? I got a CD because who doesn't want a CD?
Actually, it's the Chicago Indie Promotion Freelance Wrestling DVD.
Oh, so this is like the independent league wrestling? So
Yeah.
okay.
Any of these guys I've seen, Eric Cannon I've seen, the N-words I've seen who are excellent. Prince Mustafa Ali, they got some great stuff on this. So I actually am excited by
Look,
this. This is
another good thing. This
is-
crate is already better.
It's way, way better than before. I think there might just be a shirt list in here. Now, with this company, there's 2 other small things. What this company is best known for are their shirts. Like, they are the best shirt company in the business.
Now, I feel like you're bypassing so much stuff, and that maybe your fans know a lot about wrestling, but like this is like
What is this, right?
Like, well, no. I mean, this is like more like this isn't like the WWE stuff.
You're
this
right.
is like the obscure.
Right.
Which I didn't know
I was
that
gonna
was
I was
still
gonna make
going
the
on.
point next that Loot Crate, who is the king of this industry,
Okay.
has now announced, and they shipped this week the very first WWE crate. So
Okay.
like all of that stuff will be all the people you know. Those will be your Hulk Hogan's and your Rocks and like those types of
Okay,
people.
now just so you know, this month's charity, because they do give a charity, and this is kind of
that's
cool.
nice.
A portion of this month's sales has been donated to Sabu for his hip surgery. Learn more to his GoFundMe page at Pro Wrestler Sabu at the GoFundMe site. So,
That's nice,
but
man.
that is kind of cool.
That's really nice.
Okay, stickers.
It's a magnet. It is a
An iron chair, steel chair magnet.
steel chair. So like hit him with a steel chair, you know.
It'll stick to the steel chair.
Sure. A random WCW card of Doom. Ron Simmons, one of the best wrestlers of all time. He actually was the first black heavyweight champion.
That's right.
Yeah, awesome.
Is he still alive?
He is, man.
Yeah.
He's doing really good. He wrestles sometimes still for WWE, and He makes
He was
special
part.
pieces.
It was him and
JBL.
yeah,
with the Acolyte
they were the
Protection
acolytes,
Agency.
right?
Yeah. Some sticker called Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling. I can't imagine I actually paid for that. And let's see what their shirt is. Okay. A button. And okay, there's a lot of shit in this box, man. I'm pretty actually impressed. Oh, dude. This is awesome. I mean, it's tiny, but this is a Colt Cabana. Who's one of the best indie wrestlers. Colt Cabana pins, so that's pretty badass. There's some autographs, I'm sure, in here, because that's where they
Well,
say
if
the
it,
real
if
value
it,
is.
it could be something really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's
well,
like
I
a
don't
chance that there's something else? Okay. I feel bad ripping this, but oh well.
Now, a lot of this
Dude, is that awesome?
indie wrestling used to be regional.
Shit, that's fucking... This may even go on my wall, man.
Yep, a signed copy of signed 8x10 Bobby the Brain.
That's dope. I mean,
that's really because it's on the card. I wasn't going to spoil it for you.
I think you shit on these company, and I think you got some like really cool stuff.
This company was ass.
Honestly, go back and watch our old episodes. You see all the ones he opened up, and they were just awful because
embarrassingly terrible.
This isn't bad.
This is not bad, man. Okay, so here's the shirt. Let's see. Have they actually got a good shirt in their box this time? Does this look like something I'd actually wear?
Maybe. Were you a fan of the Legion of Doom?
Yeah, sure.
This is the Chicago Street Fight Road Warriors T-shirt.
Well, that's cool, man.
There's the Rosemont Horizon again with that ties in with the keychain. Live, no rules, anything goes.
That's
Sunday,
cool,
Sunday, March 27th, 1997.
Well, this is better than the other shirts they've been giving with like the word asylum on it, or just like weird shit. Here's what they would do.
The Pink Heart Foundation one without their faces.
They didn't own the rights to put people's faces on, so they would just draw like skeleton versions of them, basically, or like outlines of them. I mean, just terrible. You guys have redeemed yourself. I'm now gonna say you can order from Pro Wrestling Crate, buy Pro Wrestling Tees. It's a good product now, and it was shit, but now it's good. And I just got a certified, authentic Bobby the Brain Heenan autographed picture.
8x10 is going to have to be framed and hung up on the wall.
So,
I have to say, too, the artwork on the box is great because there's like brass knuckles, steel chair, and a razor blade.
Guitar,
the barbed wire, sledgehammers.
I don't think a lot of people would get the razor blade.
Sure.
Some of the other things that could have been
probably
included, there was a Broken Rhapsody Hardy family T-shirt could have been there. The Boom Boom Colt Cabana T-shirt was available as one of the options. I mean, not options. It's totally random, so you never know what you're going to get. And finally, there was a CM Punk No Gimmicks Needed temporary hand tattoo, which unfortunately you didn't get.
I didn't get that, but that's fine. This other stuff was nice. I'm actually very happy with it. For the first time, I will give my approval to this company and their product. So that's what we got. All right. I don't know how. I guess we should just say this, man. We're done. Like, we're not going to be here anymore. Like, this is the end of Grand Theft Audio in the studio. So,
oh no.
Yeah. Like,
well, I love doing a goodbye.
Oh, sure. Like, who doesn't love the final episode, you know? But we're going to continue on, just in a different way.
Oh, great.
Right.
We're going to do some out of the studio shoots over the next couple of weeks. We're going to try to keep them in the same time frame. And honestly, I'm still going to even try to live stream them out at the same time. But I don't think anybody knows this, but like we're closing for 2 months. So we're going to open up with a brand new studio again at the first of the year. And we'll see how that all goes down and together.
Yes.
So
But we will be back after the first of the year.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're not done.
We're not done. We're just done in
We're done in the studio.
This studio.
Yeah, that's right. You won't see us here again.
No more Upside Down Rockstar. No more Jaws coming for you.
Yeah, man, he almost bit my head off today. I don't know if you saw, but it was real close. Real sad. All right, Jerry. Where can people learn more about you and what you actually do? I mean, I know that you're not generally a political activisty person. You're more here for comedy.
Well, I've worked for Michael Moore, so
sure.
Yeah.
That was surprising. I didn't know that. So
that
was
great. Tough too. Yeah, I'm on Dr. Ken on Friday nights on ABC.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm play a recurring character on there, so you can check me out.
Which is more difficult, working for Lorne Michaels or working for Michael Moore? Come on, be honest.
Wow.
Well, yesterday when Jake told me you were coming on, I looked you up on Wikipedia, and it said one of the things that impressed me was the fact that you were let go so that 4 other people could be hired because he didn't want to go over budget. That means you were making the mad cash, or He just really got some really, really cheap people on underneath you because that it's like, wow, to be replaced by 4. That's kind of impressive that you were doing that much good quality work.
I guess. Well, I guess it wasn't immediately too. The way they replaced me, and then I was a writer and an actor.
Right.
You know. So yeah, I don't know.
Sure. Hey man, life's journey. So who knows how different things go different ways, you know? But
yeah.
But every time I've seen
I have
you,
no
man,
regrets.
you always look like you was the most believable person in all of the sketches. You look like you are committed and you like what's going on. Like you totally believe and like you're into it. I see other people. I'm like, oh, they don't really look like they're 1,000,000% committed to it. But I think that's part of like the key to it. Like you are there and like.
Oh, thanks.
You know,
I try to play it. Yeah, I try to play each character as real as possible.
Sure.
You know, and stay committed to it.
Well,
I guess
I am a huge fan, man, and I'm gonna try to trick you in here when we're back to our new
definitely,
place.
man. Yeah.
And I had a great conversation with you, and hopefully next time we'll just, you know.
Well, it'll be after the election.
Sure, that's
so.
right. We'll talk about how the world has either blown up or gotten stronger. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Fun,
Brent, as always, by the time we're back in here, well, okay, we're gonna do some Mevo shows,
Right.
So we'll figure out something. But I hope you get a chance to get your revenge for that, man. Now, you have about until they roll the credits. They're just gonna be on you drinking that. You are the end of us here at Zenna.TV Studios.
That was awesome, man. Great show.